Good afternoon, everyone. Today we want to address an important question: is India ready for electric vehicles? As we step into an era of environmental consciousness and technological advancement, the question sustainable transport is more relevant than ever. India is uh, fastest growing economies in the world.
Yes, I appreciate your comment. In my point of view, no, India is not ready for electric vehicles because in the longest journeys, like transportation of goods and goods, the electric vehicles are not good because in India there are no electric stations in every 10 kilometers. As we see in highways, there are totally petrol bunks and all everything. And also, we in recent times we also hear that electric vehicles blastings due to low manufacturing, these types. What do you say, guys?
Yes. Sampath, supporting your point, I cannot say India is not ready for the electric vehicles, but some of the companies are launching hybrid vehicles which can run with the petrol as well as electric. If there is no availability charging station nearby the terrace place, then we can use the petrol. Then also you will get sustainable energy resources.
Yes, I strongly agree with your point. And coming to my point of view, as we all know that India is one of the fastest growing economies in the world. So when coming to the electric vehicles, India faces several challenges like our roads are congested, pollution levels are high, and moreover we are facing many problems due to pollution. So I think this shift to electric vehicles is a much solution for every problem. So what do you think about it?
Yes, you are all right. No, God, in India, government provides many policies like NEMMP and FAMP, and morely electrical vehicles reduces the different power and different pollutions. What about it?
I agree with your points. Even though India is a developing country, even till now, many of the villages and backward locations are still facing electric shortouts. And in this type of locations, if somebody will buy the electric vehicle, what's the use? Because no electricity, no vehicle usage, and also the electric vehicles are very high. As we see, normal vehicles are costing nearly 3 lakhs to 4, and these are costing more than 3 lakhs. How can a middle class persons can afford that type of cost?
Yes. And coming to my point of view, one of the primary hurdles for electronic vehicles adoption is India is in lack of infrastructure and charging stations. So we can't able to reach every user who are using electric vehicles. So we provide them smooth, efficient transition. What do you say about this?
For to create any development in the India, first we create awareness to the people about these electric vehicles. First of all,
As Kishore, what you said is absolutely correct. Tesla is going to launch the manufacturing hub in India. When the manufacturing hub will come to India, then automatically will generate and reach the people whoever uses the electronic vehicles.
Yes, first they know how the electrical vehicles are uses and how to run those electrical vehicles and how to control and all of they know. Then we are followed to improve. India will provide some more electrical vehicles than they improve.
Yes, I appreciate your points. By conclusion, government also should support in electrical vehicles and give subsidy to lower middle class and middle class persons so that they can afford the electrical vehicles to decrease the pollution. And also, government should establish that in the highways and also in every part of the our country should have not only petrol bunks, should also have same electric stations so that everyone can change from petrol vehicles to electrical vehicles.
absolutely. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are the team one. We are here to discuss on the topic. Is India ready for the electrical vehicles? For this, my answer is yes, because when the digital currency is launched in India, uh, many people said that it is not possible in India for digital currency because India is not that much developed. But the Indians proved that wrong, and it is become successful within 7 years. In the same way, the electrical vehicles also make use by the Indian peoples because it has many benefits and some pros and cons also. But regardless pro cons, we have to focus on the advantages of the EVs, which makes India's sustainable in development.
Yes, according to you, presently now India is not ready to, according to the EVs, because nowadays so many have, some people are in other areas and all are have facing electricity problems. So if we have to implement this time, it is not correct to that one because the electricity is first important. First we have, yeah, human being, we have to, after we have to implement that EVs.
Okay, I agree with you. I agree with the point. In recent survey uh, by Cardico, 66% people are using electric vehicles, but there is some advantages by that electrical vehicles. There is no sufficient charging stations in our India, so it wants more cost, but we don't have the facilities. So there are some advantages. It reduces pollution, and it makes no noise, and environmentally they're good. I agree with your point that you realize India is not sufficient with the number of stations. Keep that point aside, but India is facing a lot of problem with the pollution. During the winter season, if you see in Delhi, it is not possible. It is not that much clearly visible for the vehicles, which may due to the fog, which is a mixture of smoke and water, that means humidity in the temperature, humidity in the weather. So if we focus on the pollution, EVs are EVs makes useful and avoids this pollution in India.
Yes, you, manufacturing limitations, insufficient charging stations, especially in rural areas, in electronic vehicles, in 30% to reduce the vehicles, and recently entered in vehicles, so many companies heavily prices in Tata, Mahindra, and
Includes the petrol rates are very increased. So in that place of point of view, we will replace it. It have less cost to use of that. In adding to your point, the government of India also make certain policies and subsidies to the EV vehicles to make much user of the EV vehicles. So this makes the people to realize the importance of EVs. And not only that, if we see the policies of India like EVs mean in make in India. So they also started some companies in Gujarat for the electronics on this purpose. So it is possible in India if we maintain some uh, facilities for these EVs, which will possible to the people. Thank you.
Good afternoon, all. This is Leela Prasad and team from Team 1. We are going to discuss about is India ready for EV? As we all know, in all over the global, in our global way, all our countries remain like America, all the developed countries or developing countries or the small countries are moving towards EVs, electrical vehicles. The main motto of electrical vehicles is to reduce pollution and to make available for rural and urban areas to reduce pollution which is causing by the petrol run vehicles like cars and all those things. What you guys will, what are you going to give advice for the EVs and advantages, all those things?
This is I agree with the point. In our India, also country also, the development in government also made in India, make in India, use EVs and environment vehicles, motors are reduce the cost, implement the fossil fuels like reduce the petrol and diesel, other substances.
Yeah.
We use EVs, no pollution. Is
Oh, what you said is absolutely right. In my point of view, electrical vehicles are more eco-friendly when compared to fuel-run vehicles. By government must government encouraging the to purchase the electrical vehicles.
Sorry, Sai. Not only fuel run vehicles, the electric vehicles are more useful nowadays. The people are more likely to buy the electrical vehicles too because the kilometers are given by the electrical vehicles, low cost and easy to drive and nowadays, so many major companies like Tesla and Tata are very much keen knowledge about the electrical vehicles. They're also fighting to launch the electrical vehicles in India, and they also want to manufacture in India. That's all not. They also likely to be launched in coming years, and they see that the number of electrical vehicles must be increase or large in number in the coming years, and it causes low pollution, which makes our earth eco-friendly, and we should protect our earth from pollution causing vehicles by using electrical.
Yes, Dhananjay, what you have said is absolutely right. Our country is going to be work on EV sector in future as the EV is future for upcoming days. Like according to the surveys, from 2027 we are going to produce a large amount of EV vehicles in our country itself, and as report says that Tesla CEO Elon Musk also to get some invest in EVs in our country, and as we know, Tata and Mahindra and Suzuki recently is going to launch their EV vehicles, and the famous automobile companies like Lamborghini, Benz, BMW also launched their EV vehicles. But first of all, the launching is easy, but we have to create the awareness on the people about the what are the advantages of EVs and disadvantages of petrol run vehicles. It is a main motto, and it is our responsibility to create awareness on these things. What will you say, guys? Lokesh?
Actually, points right, and mainly EVs are mainly eco-friendly in nature. So all people are use.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Is anyone want to tell something? Okay, guys. What we have said, listened, and what we have discussed is about EVs and advantages and disadvantages and scope of EVs and schemes presented by the government. All are very useful, and we need to create awareness. Thank you.